I'm feeling special, Gary.
Geoff, what is it? You just throw me right in the deep end. I'm still just coming out of the metro, Geoff. What's going on? Is it Friday?
You've awoken from the metro, you've arisen from the dark vaults, and now you are special.
Oh, my mummy said I was special, Geoff.
You are, Gary. You are.
Welcome everyone to Off the Shelf Reviews. It's Gaming Friday. I'm Gary.
I'm Geoff.
And it's Fallout 4, Geoff.
Yeah!
You got Fallout 4.
I know. I have not been on the hype train for Fallout 4.
Really? I've been on the hype train, Geoff, and I haven't got the game though.
Yeah.
I'm still on the hype train.
Yeah, it's life's little ironies. I was not on the hype train for Fallout 4, but then it came out.
Well, it was like the best thing at show, like E3, you know. They said Fallout 4, that was it. I didn't need to see anything else. It's like Fallout 4, you saw it, it's coming, it's happening, it's out.
Yeah, well, I was not going to believe anybody until I saw it for myself, because Fallout 3 was very critically acclaimed as well. But I didn't actually enjoy Fallout 3, even though I'm a big fan of the Fallout series, like Fallout 1 and 2. I absolutely loved.
But before you go any further, what was wrong with Fallout 3?
Okay, so Fallout 3 was like, a kind of technical achievement with the engine and being all three-dimensional and stuff. But when it came down to it, it just didn't have the plotline. It did not have the kind of...
You're talking about the main narrative.
Yeah, it didn't have the overarching sort of, like, plot, storytelling method and mechanic that made it really interesting and exciting to explore the world. You just sort of... the only way I could sort of describe it is in the first game, you had an end objective, something you needed to find.
You're talking about Fallout 1 here.
Fallout 1, the very original Fallout, yeah. And you had any number of ways to go and achieve that objective. And then you just kind of naturally discovered the world whilst trying to complete that objective. And then the game was really replayable, because you would go in, you would come back with the same scenario, but you would go about doing it a different way. Whereas with Fallout 3, it was just like, oh, well, here's the main plot narrative. Go bump, 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 series of locations, that's done. And then it would just be like an ever-expanding exploration out with all these various different, like, events happening, but all of them only really feeding back to your character and to your story in the way that it, like, levels up your numbers, which was kind of boring, very Skyrim, very Oblivion, and... I was like, well, it's not not the essence of Fallout.
I will agree with you to an extent that the primary narrative of Fallout 3 wasn't as engrossing as many other games as I'd played. But the main storyline, for me, was so unimportant in my experience of playing Fallout 3 that it didn't sully the experience in any way.
Yeah.
To be fair, Fallout 3 was actually the game that stopped me playing JRPGs.
Yeah.
It changed the way I wanted to play role-play games. Not only that, I do have a fascination with post-apocalyptic worlds.
Yeah.
I just think that there's such amount of stories that can be told in those environments. And so for me, it was all about the exploration. It was about discovering these other vaults. It was about seeing who else was on the surface of the wasteland.
Yeah.
What I'll also say was what really drove me into Fallout 3 was the first hour of the game. Just being born, learning, and leveling up your character and discovering this world. Because I was a stranger to the Fallout world until Fallout 3. I'd not played the previous games. So, yeah, I know it's a bit sacrilegious to have not played them, but...
Yeah, that's it. If you didn't have anything to compare it to, and you just came to Fallout the first time for Fallout 3, then, I understand why people loved it. It was Skyrim in a post-apocalyptic world, and that was great, but it wasn't Fallout to me, It was Skyrim with Fallout skin, that's what it was. And I have to say that Fallout 4 has made the right design decisions and has come out of it as a proper Fallout game, I think.
Well, I'm looking at it right now, and this is the first time I've seen the game, Geoff, right now.
Yeah.
And it looks very Fallout. I can see the pack Brahma back there. The inventory screen looks exactly like the previous installments.
Yeah.
And right now we are how far into the game? You are.
I am 17 and a half hours into the game right now.
Okay, so just as a setup, decided to skip the introduction because if there's people out there that obviously haven't played the game yet, also like myself,
Yeah.
that's reserved for you when you get the game. You know, you get to enjoy it that way. But so for this video,
Yeah.
Geoff's jumping us 17 hours into the game.
Yeah, I'm jumping
to show how the game works. Once you've started exploring a little bit, I guess. Let's have a look at the map, Geoff. Let me see your map.
So this is how much I've explored. This is where you come out of the vault to start.
Right. Top left corner of the map is that?
And yeah, top left corner of the map. And this is the first, this is actually your sort of hometown, effectively, home village.
The conveniently straight outside the vault.
Yeah, conveniently straight outside the vault. It all makes sense, Gary. It'll
Okay,
all
of course.
sense.
I shouldn't ask questions I don't want to know the answers to, should I?
Yeah, it'll all make sense. But yeah, so this is the first sort of location you come to.
Right.
And the thing that's very interesting about this, it's very new. I have no idea why there's a prac barman in this house.
How did
That
it get
seems
in
to
there?
have glitched
I
itself
think its
out
head
into
has
there.
gone through the wall.
Yeah, there's like with all Bethesda games, it's got its little quirks. There's the odd little bug in here which you will come across, which is usually to do with the same with all the Skyrim games. You'll have the odd
Getting a corrupted save file in Fallout New Vegas was one of the most sour experiences I've ever had, losing 90 hours of a video game.
Yeah, I haven't had anything that bad. No game breaking, game save killers at the moment, but just the odd thing with things pathing into the wrong location, or a little bit of texture pop in. There's the odd muddy texture, to be honest with you. Here's a classic example. If I run over to the bridge, I mean, it
should be fair to say to everyone that we are currently playing this on PC.
Yeah, this is on PC, and this is... Oh, you see that pop in there?
That's really bland.
Yeah, this texture here on the wood, you see, it's like, wow, this is rubbish.
You know, but when you're moving at a speed, I guess it's not too noticeable. But if you stop and stare...
You stop and stare at it, and this is the thing. You get off this bridge, and you're like, oh, dear, look at these horrible muddy wood textures. And then you get to the rocks, and you're like... Oh,
wow.
Look at how nice those rocks are.
There's loads of detail, all the little bits of gravel.
Yeah, so they've clearly had different people do different quality work.
Yeah.
And it's sort of apparent, one texture next to the other, the variation in the quality of the work.
Now, I've always said this about the Fallout games, or any game that is a huge sandbox with multiple areas to go and explore.
Mm-hmm.
You can't expect it to look... You can't expect it to have the graphical fidelity of, say, like Alien Isolation, where it's a very small linear environment where they're only loading small sections at a time so they can make it look photorealistic.
Mm-hmm.
In a game like this, so long as the load times aren't so high, I don't mind it looking a little bit uglier in places because I'm more interested in exploring the world. Granted, it still needs to look good.
Exactly, yeah. And I don't, I forgive them the muddy textures because this game is epic in scale and scope. And it's a huge project, really. But... Right, so this is the thing. I'm going to talk to you now about one of the main sort of feature mechanics of the game. This is no spoilers, in this.
What is this, The Sims?
But I am going to show you, this is a kind of element. See, what you would do in Fallout 3, spend a lot of time sort of dicking about, getting various different locations to call your home that you liked. You'd spend money on locations, and then you'd spend time decking it out. Well, they've just gone, right, let's give the people what they want, and just gone, right, let's have a full base management system. And
so now I can fill a living room full of empty Nuka-Cola bottles if I wanted to.
You can do, yeah. You can do whatever you pretty much want. I mean, this is the thing. You build entire settlements now. So if I go to the map, this is the first location that I came to and the first settlement that I kind of developed. It's slowly expanding. There's now 7 people there, and you can get things to recruit. You build stuff which will help you to recruit more people.
Now, why do you want to recruit people to your sanctuary?
Well, you just sort of end up coming out of the vault, and you're like, oh, we need to sort of rebuild civilization kind of type thing, and you are looking for something, and I guess having a secure, stable environment gives you a better base with which to be able to find the thing you're looking for.
All of these people, I just want to know from a story point of view, all these people that you bring to your settlement, are they then like seeking sanctuary, or are they like literally looking for somewhere safe to be? Are you accepting them in? Do you sort of interview each one as they come in, or
no? You just
people just turn up and go, I'm moving in.
Put out a beacon, and more people come in. Yeah.
Okay.
And you gradually increase the size of your thing, and then you've got these workshops here. There's now like various different workshop tables. So you've got a weapons workbench. You start out with power armor really early in the game.
Well, can't you just walk around in that?
But well, no, because this is a much smarter design now with the power armor. See, that's got a fusion core in it.
Yeah.
Now, running around in this requires power. Power requires fusion cores. So you get a limited amount of time in this, depending on how much power you've got. There's an armor workbench. There's a chemistry station.
It sounds like a grind, Geoff.
No, it adds a proper strategy to the way this thing works now. And it means you get this bad boy out when you actually want to do something serious.
Okay, can you fast travel inside the power armor, and would it then consume power in the travel?
No, fast traveling does not consume power. So you can get into the power armor wherever your station is, and then you can fast travel where you got to go, then do your mission.
Curiosity, another question.
And then drop it off.
If you have sanctuaries at different points in the world,
yeah,
is everything available at one location available at the other?
Only if you set up supply lines between the two. So, so once you've got some followers here, I'd have to find a follower who is available. I don't know if I've got anybody here.
So I'm seeing down here you can make structures. I can see you've got a shack. I can see a sofa, a picture frame, and a light bulb.
Yeah.
Are these just different? And there's fencing and flooring, and there's...
Yeah, so here's like a prefabricated...
And these are just wooden structures.
These are structures, just the wooden structures. Oh, I could do a whole prefab kind of shack, like complete there.
Okay.
A little one there if I wanted, or I can build up my own from pieces. And then there's also metal structures, again prefabs. You build up your own, or do these like little prefabricated ones. Build up walls like as you like. See?
Okay. It's very very nice, Geoff. But what's the point?
Okay, so I mean, this just gives you the freedom to build as much as you like and be as creative as you like with your settlements, and the point being is that you'll have an ever-expanding, I guess, army.
Okay, so can you arm up all of these people that have moved in? Do they have personalities, any of them, or are they all just generic wasteland survivors?
Well, you will meet various different companions, but the companion system now is much more detailed and much more effective. So one of the things that was really irritating about sort of Skyrim as well as the old Fallout was you would get these companions, you'd have a limited number of them, they would all go off somewhere where you didn't actually even want them to be, right?
Yeah.
So say I've got Codsworth here. He's a droid that I've got. I can get him to come with me.
Of course.
And when he comes onto my companion, I still only have one at a time. But now here's a list of the 4 settlements I have.
And you can send
Piper is my current companion. I can send her to one of my 4 locations.
That's cool. Okay.
So all the
so
companions
you'll know where they
you
are
pick
all the
up,
time.
Yeah, all the companions you pick up will be. Oh, that's
okay. So if you sent just another curiosity, if you sent all the companions that you have to one location, do they ever interact with each other?
Not that I've noticed. Not that I've
Okay.
noticed. But what you can do is when you're in the workshop menu mode here, you can then like go to various civilians. So what I'll do actually is I'll show you public. What was it? I went to public occurrences, didn't I? Which was where was that?
So, one of the great things that I enjoyed about Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas was
I'm gonna
coming
load that back
across random encounters.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere sort of scenarios that you just all of a sudden found yourself entangled in.
Yeah.
Is that kind of thing repeating itself in Fallout 4?
Yes, it does still seem to have that random dynamic. Right, okay, let's go here. Let me just quickly show you bed building, because one of the things I need to do here is build a bed. So look, if I go to furniture, you need to have enough beds to accommodate everybody. So
Right, and that keeps their happiness up, and
yeah, exactly.
and what happens when happiness goes down?
I'm not exactly
You've
sure.
not let that happen
yeah,
yet?
it's not happened yet. The happiness dynamic, I'm not entirely sure what its significance is yet.
Now, I do remember because I did play the Fallout Shelter mini game that came out
the
that they
phone
released
app,
for free, the
yeah.
phone app. I played it as much as I could until my phone could no longer handle the amount of survivors I had, and it just crashed every sort of 4 minutes.
Oh right, oh dear.
But this looks exactly like that dynamic where I can see food, water, energy, happiness rating.
Yeah.
It almost seems exactly like that.
Yeah, you've got all that dynamic coming into play here. And then, so if I
Will
say...
they defend themselves if the town were to be attacked unexpectedly so?
Yeah, so I've put various turrets all around, and I've put
Okay.
guard towers. You can equip all your people, so giving them bigger, better guns will obviously help them to defend. And as you can see here as well, I got a generator. That's got a laser turret on the go there, but also I set this up next to an alarm station. So if anything does attack, any creatures or any raiders, that puts everybody on alert, gets them fighting real early. As you can see, this settler here is on watch. If I
Did
my...
you tell her to do that, or did she just go,
No,
I'm good on watch?
These are just automatically doing it. The more you'll have here, obviously that'll increase your opportunity to have the base better defended.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I can set up supply lines. So if I click on the right shoulder button there on her, I can send her to the Red Rocket Truck Shop, and that will
saying that 5 times faster.
yeah. that would be truck stop, not even truck shop. Right? But that will then link the inventories between the two locations.
Yeah.
And that means that I haven't done anything at Red Rocket at the moment, but that will mean then I can use all the sort of resources that I've gathered anywhere from any of them once they're all linked with their supplies.
Mm-hmm.
So then I can move on to another supply area. So if I go to Starlight Drive-In, that's one of my newer locations that I've started.
Okay, Jeff. It's been nearly 20 minutes and we haven't killed anything with a bat system yet.
No.
My blood's boiling. It's burning up. I need to see stuff explode.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll just quickly show you this other location. So this is Sanctuary, and this is not Sanctuary. This is the Starlight Drive-In.
Okay.
And as you can see, this was a big open area. I've cleared out most of the cars. You scrap stuff. So if I come back to here again real quick, go to the workshop. A lot of what you can do, you got your inventory, but you get a lot of your resources by coming around these areas and just... Like, say, for instance, you got that car there, you want to scrap that?
Yeah.
That's 15 steel, thank you very much.
Right.
And there'll be, like, fallen trees, you'll get wood and
so you can start cleaning up and...
Yeah.
Okay, now, it all seems very nice, Jeff, but it doesn't... It feels like Fallout. It feels like I would guess, a logical sort of expansion to the sort of things you can do in a Fallout game.
Yeah.
How much time does this take? Fannying around. I say fannying around because it seems a bit like it going from workstation to workshop to...
Yeah.
It seems like it's detracting from wandering the wasteland. Is it just a time filler, or does it actually engage you in the game even more? Because I'm only saying this just from a spectator, just saying, wait a minute, I don't remember doing anything like this in previous Fallout games.
Yeah. Well, it suits what I think is a proper Fallout dynamic. So you're basically thrust out into the wasteland. You've got to survive. well, what's one of the main ways that you really survive? It's you build communities, teamwork, cooperation.
Okay, you say it's about trying to survive. In the other games, it wasn't so much about me trying to survive. It was so much about anything I came across trying to survive.
Yeah.
Because you got, to a point where you built up your skills and your abilities and you were just disintegrating everybody with single bullets. I wasn't really needing to try and survive anymore.
Yeah, because you were just running around in power armor once you got it unlocked type thing, and then you were OP.
I mean,
and you could get the power armor quite early in the game.
On the harder modes, it was fun playing with food and water and sleep and hydration. But again, it didn't feel like I was surviving in apocalyptic wasteland.
Well, that's it.
Is that more of a dynamic in this one?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, everything's kind of streamlined. So if I say straight away, go straight to my perk chart here.
Yeah.
You can see now, as I get a level up, I can use the level ups to add to my core special stats at any time.
Okay.
So I no longer have to rely on finding things to boost me. And then the level up map here I've got here means the higher that my special characteristic, the higher level the perks I can go. Right. And as you can see, instead of a numerical value I'm increasing, I'm just going up levels of star ratings with each sort of level up perk that I get.
That's an interesting way of doing the system. It looks a bit complicated at first gander, but it's really cool to look at.
Yeah, it's actually simplified. It's actually really kind of nice and easy to go to on the fly.
Nice.
And so, like, the level up system is a bit smoother and streamlined, and so is everything else. So all the inventory management system gets streamlined. So and the looting system is streamlined. So as I come to an area I've not really explored before, there you go. There's a random encounter.
Excellent.
So this stuff happens quite frequently. A mole rat. What is that? It's a settler.
Oh, whatever.
So
whatever she did, she destroyed that rat.
She did.
Oh. So if you find random settlers out there, you can just recruit them and tell them if they survive.
Yeah, I mean, what you find is that you'll be trying to recruit people. You're not just trying to beckon people towards your settlements. You're trying to recruit them to basically become get on your team, And if I go here into my inventory when these mole rats are dead, I have a flare gun. And depending on where I am and how close in proximation my nearest settlement is, I can launch a flare into the air, and that will call my friends to come and help me if I'm in a bind and in a fight.
That's really cool.
So that kind of whole like in GTA you kind of had the gangs type thing, and you sort of spreading your gang around to try and sort of take over the area.
Yeah,
it's a bit like that, I suppose.
But I guess so. What I also want to know is then, do they all recognize you as the player, as the one that's done all of this?
Very much like at the beginning, it kind of sets you up as you're being a leader.
Okay.
So, like, people are turning to you because you're the one that gets shit done, You get shit done for them, so that's why you end up becoming a leader-like figure. That's definitely a part of the game, no doubt about it. See, there's still radiation pockets. Wherever you see barrels, you want to get out of the way of the radiation.
I'm really liking the lighting system and the graphics on the PC. I heard that it's not as pretty on the consoles as it is on the PC.
Apparently, even on PS4, they're getting frame dropping problems, apparently. I mean, it does frame drop. Like, it will drop down to, like, 30-odd frames a second for me. But generally, the experience is pretty smooth.
And how does the game sound?
Because
I've only heard the introductory music, and straight away, as soon as you hear that first note, you just like Fallout. You just recognize it straight away. So how's the rest of the ambient music for the game?
I gotta say, Gary, the sound design is tip top. The music design is possibly the equal of Skyrim.
Yeah?
I love the music. It's, Mass Effect sort of territory, definitely beautiful, atmospheric, the sort of thing that you would just put on in your headphones as a put on the official soundtrack just because you love listening to it, and it captures you in an emotion, you know.
Well,
and the sound design, I gotta say, the sound production, like the kind of overall effects. I mean, the gun sounds depends which gun you've got, but the explosions are beefy, really sound great. Like, there's fantastic production quality in the surround sound system. You can, if you've got surround sound, you can position where stuff's coming at you really well, and it all sounds really like tip top. So yeah, I mean, Bethesda's possibly one of the leading studios for sound design.
Okay, I got more questions for sound related. The music, I always enjoyed listening to my radio in Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
Yeah.
Mainly because of Free Dog. One of my favorite radio DJs. Is Free Dog back?
I don't think so. I've not. This is a
how's
different
the other
location.
radio stations, and how's the music?
The music is classic Fallout. I actually don't listen to the radios very much. Oh, there we go. This is a distress signal I'm trying to find. I don't listen to the radios very much because the atmospheric music is amazing.
But there's just something that just adds to the solitary nature of Fallout when you're listening to those bleak old, 20s, 30s, 40s songs.
Yeah, no doubt, and
they always have a little jingle, it just puts a bounce in your step when you're fighting death claws and.
yeah, that's it. You still got them. It's still all there. Like as soon as you kind of come in, you get that characteristic playing in the background on one of the radios.
Excellent.
I think actually, to be honest, the Fallout 3 was a bit goony. This has got back to a little bit more sort of grittiness.
Well, I really liked the humour in the other Fallout 3 and in 4. Is that a scorpion up there on the right?
Yes, the humour is. The humour is an integral part of Fallout, and that blend of
it's very dark as well.
Yeah, that blend of like the horrific, the end of the world with a, let's be chipper kind of type
about the whole thing.
Yeah,
yes.
Let's be chipper about the whole thing. Type 50s propaganda type style stuff. But it is fucking brilliant. That Scorpion's got me.
Been radiated.
Yeah, it hurt. That did. These are vicious, but in Fallout 3, the balance wasn't quite there. I think the balance is really here on this. They've got that kind of oh shit.
There's a couple of them. You're in trouble, Geoff, but you got help.
Yeah. So they just jump out of the ground and attack you.
So is there a good variety in companions that you've come across early on? I guess, typical of Fallout, you're not going to get the best companions until, maybe halfway, maybe even 3/4 of the way through.
They don't even mess around. They give you dog meat, like, right away. They give you dog meat right away. But the companions, I'd say, actually, every single bit of the... this guy fucker's taking me down. Every single bit of the voice acting and the characters that you meet are some of the best you'll have seen.
Because when I played the previous Fallout games, I literally chose the companions with the best voice actors, or the ones that just sounded more genuine, or just added something to the characters. Because I always found a lot of the characters, or the NPC characters in the Fallout games, a little bit dry. It's almost like they don't exist in the world that they're in. I always found that when I was walking around in towns, people would just be sat at chairs just doing nothing. And wow, man, you just had your arm taken off.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
Fuck me up.
So what happens when you die in the game? Does it load back previous checkpoint? What's the difficulty like?
Difficulty's hard. As you can see, that those rad scorpions... There seems to be. It's just like
difficulty in previous games was that the monster was levels higher than you, and that was it. And that's how you knew whether you should be in an area or not.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what level that was. It will tell me in VATS. I've got the mod now, which allows me to see whether or not
You should fight what you're fighting.
see
So-
whether or not what I'm fighting in.
Do you need to level up your character to aim better, or do you need to level up increase your guns? How would you go about fighting something that's 10 levels above you?
Well, there's a lot of different guns. You start the game when you still that power armor I had.
Yeah.
That power armor also comes with a minigun.
Aha.
And so I've got a minigun right now. You pretty much start the game with a minigun. So
Just no bullets or power to use it.
Just got to get enough of the ammo to use it. And, I mean, you will have a lot of ammo to use it. You will to start off with, but you'll also fucking need to use it. So you kind of, you've got the resources to be able to take on big enemies. I mean, that's the thing. You've got that power armor as well,
So
but
is there going to be
have
strategy?
Unlimited power to use it. Yes, that's it. There's strategy now. You have to now think about, if you're going into an area, you might want to say scout an area out, see what the level of the baddies are.
Can I still power up my fists and just go around punching everything to death?
So look, that I can check out that mole rat and see level
It's a
7.
level 7, so you should be able to do it
I'd be
now.
like, yeah, I should be able to take these out easy. But then I would perhaps check out those rad scorpions. They'd be level 20, and I'll go, I'm gonna get out my power armor,
Yeah, to clear this zone out.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I died in that area now, and so now what I might think about doing is going, okay, so that last location, Rotten Landfill's now unlocked. I've got to go this distance to here. I'm going to go get my power armor. I've got enough power to be able to rock around for a bit, so I'll just quickly fast travel over to my... Oh, I can't do it whilst enemies are nearby.
No.
But once I've killed all these mole rats, I'll go back to get my power armor and then take on the rad scorpions. It would be a different battle then.
Definitely, yeah.
And I'll also make sure I use one of my bigger guns, which will probably be... I got Outrighteous Authority. I got a pretty nice laser rifle. You still got all things like special named guns and stuff like that.
Nice.
So so that's how you would go about it. You've got the tools to be able to take on fights much bigger than you.
Do you have any mini nukes yet?
I've got some pieces of a mini nuke.
Ah, so you can't build mini nukes yet?
Not yet.
We can't end the video with a bang.
I'm afraid not. The closest thing I can do is blow up a car if I see one. They still blow up gloriously.
So,
if they,
are you going to recommend Fallout 4, Geoff?
Abso-fucking-lutely. It's the best.
Hey!
There you go.
Hey, mushroom! That's what I got. What I wanted. Got what I came for.
It's the best Fallout game. It's what I wanted Fallout 3 to be.
Yeah.
Basically, and it's Fallout realised back to its roots with the narrative telling, the proper freedom, but with a core narrative that will drive you through it. Brilliant voice acting, brilliant storytelling.
Is Ron Perlman back?
You will hear Ron Perlman. I'm not going to tell you where you first come across him, but
I gotta wait till Christmas, Geoff. I gotta wait till Christmas. Christmas morning, Ron Perlman's gonna be waking me up. It's gonna be sweet. I obviously highly recommend Fallout. I've thoroughly enjoyed Bethesda's games. Love their storytelling, love their gameplay, love the RPG elements to it. All I've just seen right now, Geoff, has done nothing more than just pique my interest, and I can't wait to get my hands on this game and start playing it and start exploring myself, and I suppose piss ass around and build my own settlement too.
Yep. Oh man, war never changes, Gary. Never changes.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Right now, Geoff, you gotta do, what was it? Red truck pit stop.
Oh fuck me! It's gonna go horribly wrong. Gary.
Go on, do it, Geoff, do it.
Red truck pit stop. Pit stop. I don't know which one is it.
I can't remember.
Hang on, I can see. There it is. Red rocket truck shop.
No, you can't do it. Go. Start again, Geoff. Start again. We're not leaving till you do it.
Red rocket truck stop.
5 times.
Nearly.
It's 5 times fast. Come on.
Fuck this.